Let's see a simple experiment to demonstrate the idea of resonance. Here we have a thread tied, and on that we have two pendulums of same length, and the other two pendulums are of different lengths. Let's name them A, B, C, and D. So A, B are of same length, and C and D are of different lengths. So let's put C into oscillation. We see that putting C to oscillation does not have significant effect on A, B, and D. So let's now stop this and try to put D into oscillation. We see that putting D into oscillation does not have significant effect on A, B, and C. So let's stop this and put A or B into oscillation. Now we see that as we put A into oscillation, the B also starts oscillating along with A. And we see that there's no significant change in the oscillation for C and D. Also, if you can note that the time period for A and B are almost the same, and we can explain this effect by reasoning out in the following way. A and B have got similar natural frequency, has the same natural frequency, while C and D has a different natural frequency. So when A is set to oscillation, that oscillation is transferred via this wire using the torsional force, which is a twisting force. And the frequency of the twisting force is same as the natural frequency of B. So here we can say that the frequency of the external force is caused due to the oscillation of A, which is transferred to the torsional force of this, and it matches the natural frequency of this string, and that's why it's set to oscillation. While that frequency does not match for C and D, and hence they don't constructively or resonate. They do slightly oscillate, but their amplitude does not increase significantly. Here is another example of resonance. So here you see that we set this to oscillation. So the natural frequency of this matches to the natural frequency of this because their lengths are same. So this acts as an external force, and this acts as a body which resonates to this external force. And they resonate because the natural frequency of this of the force matches to that of the natural frequency of the body that is vibrating. This is an experimental setup we will use to demonstrate resonance of air column. using an external force or tuning fork. In this setup, we have 3 tubes. The first one is the air column tube. The length of the air column can be adjusted by adjusting the water level in this tube. The second tube is a water level indicator. So it shows what is the level of water in this tube. We can read from the scale. And the third one is a water level adjuster. As we move this up and down, the water level in this gets adjusted. The water level in all these 3 sections will be same as they are connected at the bottom, and they all experience the same atmospheric pressure from the top. As we move this water level adjuster, the water level in this air column moves up and down, and thus the length of the air column increases or decreases. To this experiment, we will bring the vibrating tuning fork near the tube so that the air column inside this would vibrate. We will adjust the water level in this tube to a particular level where we are able to listen to a distinct resonant sound. So the sound will be quite loud. And the point at which that happens indicates that the natural frequency of this tube or of this air column matches the frequency of the external force, which is the tuning fork. And of course, we will try to adjust the level of water using this cup. Yes. So we heard a distinct sound. Let's do this again. Yes. So we heard a distinct sound. So let's see what is the level of the water. Let's look at the length of this air column or length of this water level in this tube. It is close to about just below 21, just 21. So that implies that the length of this air column was 21 centimeters, and at 21 centimeters, the natural frequency of this air column was matching to that of the external force, which is the tuning fork which we kept here.